New show, same skip. He's still using his tired topic of, of Joe Burrow being better than Patrick Mahomes.
They were drug testing. Now we have plenty of time for you to explain to me why Mahomes is better than Burrow because I don't think you can. But be my guest.
At this point, I don't know if he's convinced himself that his talking points are actually real or he's just doing it for TV. Because he just keeps up the same talking points. And even in this topic, he did the same thing he usually does. He goes all the way back to the first Super Bowl. He brings up plays in the regular season from last year, week 3 and week 6, the game or the 2 picks or the 3 picks against the Colts and the two, or the one against the Colts and the two against Buffalo. He's using that to discredit Patrick Mahomes from being the best quarterback in the NFL, which is weird because he would always say Brady is the best quarterback in the NFL, even if the years did Brady didn't even win the Super Bowl. And Joe Burrow hasn't won anything. He's made one Super Bowl appearance. That's it. Patrick Mahomes is coming off an MVP and final, well, not final, I said final MVP, NFL Super Bowl MVP performance. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's the best quarterback in the NFL, has been since about 2 years ago, even while Aaron Rodgers was doing his thing. Aaron Rodgers was playing the best regular season football, but Patrick Mahomes has been playing the best football over the last couple of years.
Come on, man. Like, first of all, there's nothing to it. Now let's talk about his. I'm not saying.
Wait a minute, tight end. Okay, I've never seen anything like him.
Did Joe Burrow?
He's got a better.
Excuse me, I had to skip ahead because I really didn't want to hear Keyshawn's points because he made the same points that Shannon made over a year ago.
I did. I'll say that.
Okay, so a top.
This dude is saying same thing he's pretty much been saying the whole time, that Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is the best tight end in football, but that doesn't take away from Patrick being the best quarterback in the NFL. Joe Burrow has the best wide receiving quarter in the NFL. He has Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase. The best combination of wide receivers in the NFL.
Okay, but he's the tight end. Okay, I've never seen anything like him before.
That's okay.
He just gets open like I've never seen anybody.
Did he ever use that excuse for Tom Brady playing with Grunt?
You maybe have, because you've been around a long time, but have you ever seen a quarterback be able to operate with 3 dominant wide receivers?
Last time I seen that was Peyton Manning with the Colts.
Jamar Chase, Higgins, along with Tyler Boyd, and then
Kurt Warner with the Rams, with the greatest show on turf Rams. Those are only the 2 quarterbacks I've seen with like those type of weapons at wide receiver.
I want to turn around and hand the football to Joe Mixon or check it down or whatever the case is. I can do it. Have you ever seen that?
Hey, I got it. Jamar Chase is big time, but the other 2 they're just very good. They're not.
They are not very good. For wide receiver 2 and 3, they are 2 of the best at their job in the NFL.
Oh, y'all stop, man.
We're not talking about.
T. Higgins can be a number 1. On a mediocre team, he could be a number 1.
No. I don't care. T. Higgins is a Pro Bowl caliber.
Yes, he is a number 1 on a mediocre team.
T. Higgins is a 1A wide receiver stuck on the Cincinnati Bengals. That is why.
Yeah, because when he was that before Jamar Chase came, but when Jamar Chase came, everybody knew Jamar Chase was that guy. Plus, he was Joe Burrow's quarterback back in LSU.
What's that guy's name in Miami? Tyreek. He used to
be in Kansas City, but he's not, bro. He's not there no more.
But guess what?
He's pretty good.
But guess what, Coach? Tyreek is in Miami now.
I know, but he was.
And guess what he did, Coach?
For a long time.
Guess what he did, Coach?
Yeah.
What does it have to do with last year?
He wasn't in Kansas City last year. Guess what the Chiefs did? They went on and won the Super Bowl. Okay? The same thing they did.
Patrick Mahomes beat Joe Burrow on the way to doing that.
With Juju Smith-Schuster at the
as the number one wide receiver.
Wide receiver position.
I need to hear how you argue.
Miko Hardman. Who else they had?
These football topics have ended badly for Skip in this new little format that he has. Because you got Richard Sherman, who's one of the better cornerbacks in his era. Then you got Keyshawn Johnson, who was a great wide receiver in his era. They both know way more football than Skip, and they'll ripping him to pieces in these football topics.
Yeah, who else they had? They had another young pup, Tooney, but there's they hit you from the left.
All right. So Patrick was very fortunate to be drafted by one of the great offensive minds in the history of this league, and Andy Reid, especially as far as he runs an offense his way. Mm-hmm. And
Andy Reid has had a bunch of quarterbacks. None of them have done what Patrick Mahomes have done. And the argument.
Well, this kid rotten, because this kid's got huge talent, because he's got a huge arm, and he is an athlete because he grew up as a shortstop. His father played professional baseball as a relief pitcher, but Patrick's got supreme athletic ability for a man who now goes, I think he's 240-ish. He is a big man. Mm-hmm. And once he lumbers, he can lumber.
What does all that have to do with the argument?
The field. So I'm going to give you all this. But all this stuff, all this sidearm between the legs, behind the back, nobody would let him get away with it.
What does all that have to do with the argument?
Except Andy Reid. And it often costs you because he will try just about anything at any time.
What does it cost people?
Tyreek stops and comes back for it and waits for a fair catch. He waited for a fair catch. And it's 3rd and 15.
Did he pick up the first half?
3rd and 15.
They skipped part of this. Part of this segment, he went back and showed the play from the Super Bowl.
You kidding me?
Pick up the first down.
It won the game.
The first Super Bowl he was in.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you go real quick. You literally just showed me a clip of a quarterback
dropping back for a play call that he called. Perfect play design and perfect play call. They showed that going back in the coverage of the NFL Super Bowl that Pat asked Andy Reid, can we run that play? I forgot what the play was called. But he asked for that play specifically because of the defense that they were playing. So he called it, ran across the field, got a 30-yard gain on the way to scoring on another scoring drive, capping the game off in the next couple plays.
Texting the receiver, throwing it right where he needed to so that the receiver head isn't decapitated.
And by the way, the first 3 times you get...
They skipped ahead again.
All those stats of yours. The first 3 times these two met and went head-to-head in the National Football League, Mahomes beat him.
What difference does it make? He meant to say Burrow beat Mahomes.
Beat him all. I mean, sorry.
Burrow.
If we're going to use that, we can use the same argument for Eli Manning and Tom Brady. Eli Manning is 2-0 against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Does that make Eli Manning a better overall quarterback than Tom Brady?
Beat Mahomes. Beat him all 3 times, and I've got the stats. I will not bore you. He outgunned him every time.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter.
Outgunned him. He's got Kelsey. He's got
Tyreek. Here's what it was my turn. Because it's not one person in the National Football.
But yeah, he's still on this same old. He's still sipping that same juice on this topic.